So I'm talking about purpose. Before we get into the awakening, really, really important. I give a breakdown of what we've actually just started to build. In phase one, I talked about trusting your perception wherever you are at. So now that we're getting into my purpose, we're starting to become aware of our perceptions. What is it that we've really been tricked about with our mind, with how we see purpose? How is it that we're starting to really get to know who we really are? And then in the awakening, that's when you change your perception. You're really involved in something really quite different to a lot of other people, and that's where health and your perception of health really comes into it as well, within transition anyway. So it's really important that we start to trust your perception regardless of whether you think it's right or wrong. And then in my purpose, you're beginning to become aware of your perceptions. What are you projecting on the world? Changing your perceptions is part of the awakening, and my health that I'm starting to build as well really becomes a huge part in transition and change and growth. So really, really important that we start to have a look at perceptions and what is it that perceptions do in purpose. How can we become aware of the perceptions that we have in regards to purpose and the truth to finding it? And that's really what this blog is all about. So it's just beginning to be really aware. Awareness is key. That's all you can really do in life, is become aware. Become aware of feedback loops. Become aware of who you really are, and you'll catch it. It's important. And once you catch one loop, it's just the very beginning. You start to really learn how maybe you might be tied up in knots. What is it that you're actually believing in? What is your values? What is your generalizations of the world? So it's really, really important. When we're talking about purpose, we're talking about the beginning of changing that perception that you have. So in phase one, we said trust your perceptions, and then we're going into the inner world. And so now we're becoming aware of our perceptions. Changing your perception is a big part of the awakening. And then, obviously your perception of health in transition. Health is really important. So that's just a quick overview of where we're heading with this.